them, we're going to turn this vase using offset axes. And by the way, the plural of axis is axes. Plural of an axis is axes. A-X-E-S. Don't make sense, does it?
Axes.
Yeah. You just say it differently, I guess. So anyway, I did have it right. I got a couple comments, but I did have it right in the publication. So anyway, last month, Scott did the Christmas tree using offset axes, using 3 offset axes, and he did it between centers. This is going to be done using a chuck. The reason being, using a chuck, you're able to drill this hole and finish the top, where you didn't have to do that with the Christmas tree. And also, having it in a chuck, you're able to do this part, part it off on the lathe. So I'll do all of this. This is surprisingly easy to do, and I hope that you take to it, because these things are really cool for giveaway, and as fast as you can make them, people are indebted to you. They owe you when you give them something. So,
good luck with that.
so the first step is you take a block like this and you want to true it up round, put it between centers. And with my instructions say with the good end towards the tailstock. And obviously I don't have the good end towards the tailstock, so it's got to go this way. And the reason the good end has to go towards the tailstock is you're going to be turning a neck, and if you have a bad end like right here is a bad part, well, the neck has got to be over here, right? You don't want to. So when when you turn the neck over here on this side, this bad part will come off. So if you have a piece that's like this, it's a burl. I think the burls really look cool. So I was using the burls for a lot of these, and you got to make sure you avoid this piece here because it's not really that well attached, and it could come off. So that's what I'm talking about when I said in the instructions, make sure your good end is over here. If you have a good end and a bad end. If you have 2 good ends, it doesn't matter. But if you have a bad end, like this one over here, make sure it's over there. And I'll show you why that is when I do the next piece. So I'm not going to spend the time to rough this out, but what you would do is you'd rough it out. We're going to rough it out, which is, anybody can do that, but you're going to turn these 2 tenons. Are they in the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to turn these 2 tenons. You see one, this big tenon is true with the main blank. The small tenon is going to be true with the stem. And you see I have a bad part here. So you see when I put this tenon on, the small tenon, I made sure it was away from the bad part. Because when I turn it, I'm going to turn that bad part right off. If I did it the other way around, I'd have that bad part on my stem.
How do you do it off center?
Huh?
How do you do it off center?
We'll get to that. I'm just trying to explain to you what I'm aiming towards. And this is the 2 tenons that I talk about. It looks crazy right now. It looks crazy, but it just plays out really nicely. Okay? So you have a large tenon and a small tenon. The small tenon's offset. Okay? I can pass this around. I have another one here. Anybody wants it for a souvenir for their scrapbook. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here is I brought these logs because I thought it would be cool to do one that's green, and we'll have the bottom will be natural. So you're not going to turn the bottom. I'm just going to turn the neck so the bottom will have the bark on it all the way around. And that'd be really cool. I hope. I don't know if that'd be done yet. So, huh?
Before you get too far, when you turn the small tenon, how'd you do that?
Okay, you'll see it when I do this one.
All right.
Yeah, it's. I'm not trying to.
Sit back and relax. And just
No, what I just went over till you get some of the concepts, you know. So I'm just going to mount this by eye. I mean, you could draw your circles and all that, but Okay, so I'm nice and tight here. Okay, good. All right, so what I'm going to do first is create the big tenon. And in my instructions, I said make sure the big tenon is twice as deep as a normal tenon. Why? Because you have to have room for the small tenon. Okay, so I'm going to make normally I make a tenon I'm using a parting tool. Could use other tools, but about 900. I can have more speed because it's tearing out because it's green. Okay, so here's a tenon, but it's the depth of the tenon this way is about right for this size blank. But I want to make it deeper because I have to make room, because this is where the small tenon is going to go. I'm going to make it deeper to allow for the small tenon. So I'm going to make it twice as deep. Trying to make it flat. I'm not using a dovetail because the jaws I'm going to be using are straight jaws. So I don't want to make a dovetail. So I'm going to make straight jaws. I'm going to make it a little bit deeper though. Okay. So there I got it. Look at that's what turning green wood does for you. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's so crisp. It's just okay. I get excited about little things, but I mean that is really pretty. And you see the way the wood is coming off? It's just a joy to do green wood. And this is just a crepe myrtle tree that his neighbor had. Okay, so now I want to measure the, I want to mark where I'm going to offset it. And you want the offsets to be, lined up. So on the top of if you had a bad spot, this is where you'd have to select the right spot for the second tenon. But I don't have any bad spot. So if I had a bad spot right here, I'd have to mount the tenon down on the other side. Okay? The reason I didn't do one with a bad spot, because if you get a problem in the middle of the demonstration, it sucks. So I wanted to make sure, everything went smooth here.
You have to talk fast.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll just mark this on the top like that. And then I come over here and I mark it. Now you can measure, you can go crazy with it if you want. Okay, so that's on top, meaning, right above the center line of the lathe. So now I'm going to move over, and it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to move over a little bit more, yes, I don't know, just about a half an inch.
Half an inch above your center mark?
Yeah, yeah, half inch. And as a gauge, I got the tool rest mounted here parallel to the ways, the opening in the ways. And if I rotate this, I could see that it's pretty good. Did it by eye, and you know, so but if you miss it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much. Okay, so now. So, whenever you do an offset turning, always make sure you lower your speed habitually so that when you turn it on, it's not at high speed because, you know, it's offset. There's a lot of, can be a lot of motion. So I'm going to make sure the tool rest is far enough away so it doesn't interfere with the rotation. And it's right on the money. I could see it's lined up, you know, so if it wasn't, I'd just, you know, rotate it a little bit. So, yeah, looking pretty good here. Now I'm going to turn the second tenon over here. And you'll be able to see, if you look from, you're looking from the right angle with the camera, you should be able to see a shadow where the new tenon is being formed. But in any case, you'll see it when it's done. So I got the lathe on. Good. Yeah. I get a little vibration, so I'm going to slow it down.
You can see the shadow.
I'm looking right where you are, and I can see it? Starting to form. Looks pretty good. But this little shoulder here you see is from the when I tried to flatten this out after I formed the tenon the first time, that was the leftover. So that's nothing. That's not going to hurt anything. Try to get the more speed if I can. I come in alongside the tenon, then I come back, and then I know. Come back. I'm getting a lot of vibration, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn some of this off so that the blank is more balanced. I didn't do this on the other ones because I had turned the other ones. This here, I turned it true. See, it's true. So when I was spinning it on the small axis, on the offset axis, it was behaving. Here, this is oblong. So again, this is the first time I've done one of these. So I'm learning as I go, and so are you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn some of this off so it takes some of the imbalance off. Because when you have the imbalance, all it does is screw things up. Because it causes too much vibration and you can't get your speed up. So I'm going to use this bowl gouge. This is a 5/8 bowl gouge with a Ditommaso grind. Okay. After that. You can see how it's forming, beginning to form the neck. And I want to stop here because I want to make sure I get this turned off. So, okay, so now I'm going to go back to the small tenon. Should be able to get more speed. Just a little bit.
You slow down the vibration?
Huh?
Slow down the vibration?
It didn't slow down the vibration, but I got more speed with the same vibration. So.
So Fran,
Yeah.
so what would the difference be if you have a student that's learned carbide tools and doesn't know high speed? What would he be using?
Use
Rougher?
that.
The rougher?
Yeah, use that rougher, the square rougher,
Right.
right in there. That would work. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't have a fully. See up here, I haven't quite got the tenon formed. I'm going to take a little bit more off. And also I got to make it a little bit deeper this way. So. Okay. Lost track of my sequence here. So once I was away all weekend up in Myrtle Beach for Super Bowl festivities. And I just drove back this morning and I'm a little spacier than normal. Something doesn't look right here. Just give me a minute.
If
You're
you're
gonna,
gonna leave the bottom natural, do you need that larger tenon?
You know what I did? I goofed up because this is where I'm gonna flip it over and put it in a chuck, and I think I can still save it though.
you're gonna do the neck right down first, right?
But did you have to round the whole thing off?
And that is why you always bring a spare. See, this is what I was trying to form here. Simple as this. This is what I was trying to form. I almost got it. But when I tried to take the vibration out, I should have taken it off of this side. Because this is the top. See, this is the top. I'm going to flip this around. This is the top. So I took the vibration out by taking the wood off the bottom, wrong side. No big deal. I got a spare. So now, again, this is just what I just did. I turned the big tenon, and then I turned the small tenon within the big tenon. This is exactly where I was with this. Okay? So now, Fran, stop and turn it around. This is where I messed up. Okay? Can you give me somebody give me a knockout bar for this lathe? They're in one of them in the rack there.
There you go.
Thank you, man. I'll just leave it. I'll take it. Okay. So now I gotta change the jaws on this chuck, cause it's, yeah, I have 'em.
They got straight jaws for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an easy wood chuck, like the one we have. This happens to be my own. It's really a good chuck. I mean, most chucks are good chucks, but I need an adapter. Thanks. Oh, man. And I was here early, too. So this, huh?
I was asking about the chuck.
So when I get all set, I'm going to mount this in there like that. Smart, that's good. Yeah, either one. Thanks, man. Yep.
Maybe bring a washer and all that.
Yeah,
Get you one.
I got it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, sorry. See, that's the first time I did a natural edge. So now I flipped it around. I'm between centers, and now I want to maintain the natural edge on the bottom. So I would leave this alone, see? Leave this alone and just start taking wood out from up here, okay?
Now, do you have it on the offset side, or do you?
No, I don't have on the offset. If I wanted to do what I tried to do on the other one, where take the vibration out, I'd have to just take wood out of here. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it in the offset, on the offset tendon. See, these jaws are nice and long. I'm making a big production out of this, believe me. I could have had one done at home in less, same amount of time. Brian's making me nervous. Okay. So now I'm between centers. The good thing about this is that it's always between centers, almost always until the very end. So see, now right now I have a bad spot. But you see how close it comes to the tool rest? That means I'm going to take it off. So this is the idea of the bad spot. If you have a blank that doesn't have a bad spot, then just ignore what I'm saying like you normally do. Okay, so I'm going to start forming the neck of the vase. It's crazy, but now see, that's spinning pretty good and it's not wobbling because it was trued up as a cylinder. Whereas this thing here, it's not a cylinder. And that's what I was trying to deal with. I hadn't done one of these before. I should have done one before the demo, so I apologize for that. So here we go. That bad spot just came off. See that? If you look here, That's the base, right? Not gonna disturb the base, so I gotta make sure I stay in that position here and work my way up, not disturbing the base. If I go too far, then I have no base. Turning this is no different than turning anything else. In terms of your angle of attack or anything like that. The only difference is hold on. You know, you don't have to do anything here, but just make sure your left hand is pushing down so that it just doesn't dance. So that's really it.
What speed are you running?
I was on 900, I think. Yeah, 850. I'm holding down with my left hand, because the thing wants to bounce a little bit. Back to the beginning. See, it's getting easier because I'm not off the wood. As you get further down, it's all wood, so it's just like regular turning.
Now, when you get further on, will you increase your speed?
Try to,
Right.
yeah, as long as I get some of the weight. This
So at this point, if you wanted a thicker stem for the bud base, you could stop.
stop, yeah, yep, yep. And also, I think it looks cool when this thing is narrow, like a upside down toadstool. It's like a, you know. So this is a little too wide right now. I'm going to come back at it, but at least I'm not too far. So. I can feel with the tool there, I can feel where I should be, and then I just come back and take another bite. So, neck is pretty well where it should be, but this is too fat in my mind. So I'm going to take another heavy cut right off of that.
Will it make any difference?
Huh?
Size, piece? We do it with
larger piece?
This is my experience. This is all experience. I don't know, I mean, you get a bigger piece, you're gonna have a lot of, mass moving, I don't think you can do it. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have the daintiness of, I like dainty. Yeah,
You're a fool.
Thank you first.
Yeah, pretty cool, see? So, yeah, that's really pretty, the wood, I mean, you know? And you can see how, because of where the tenon is, this stem is inside the blank. If you bring the tenon out further, the small tenon out further, it would be on the edge of the blank. You can monkey around with it. Okay, so that's, I'm going to sand this a little bit. Okay, good enough for, I'll take this edge off here. Again, I'd do a better job if I was selling it. Okay, so now you've got, basically you got the thing done, you just got to do the finishing touches. So I'm going to mount it back in the chuck on the main axis. Just going to make sure that, oh no.
So when do you drill a hole?
Okay, yeah, like I said, yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, I drill the hole now. So now I don't have the tailstock up anymore. So you got to be genteel. Okay? Just like this is where I excel right here. Okay.